It all started with a simple idea and a small gathering in 2010 to bring together Africans, the diaspora, and friends of Africa and catalyze our positive impact on the continent and the communities the diaspora lives in. What began as a modest convening has become a global movement. Today, the African Diaspora Network is a vibrant community of over 15,000 people connected across the globe. We've brought together over 11,000 people, leaders, innovators, and visionaries from across 115 countries to exchange knowledge and create transformational connections. Along the way, we've built over 75 powerful partnerships with world-class institutions, launched the African Diaspora Investment Symposium, our flagship annual event, and created year-round conversations through our Impact and Innovation forums.
I am Almaz Negash, the founder and CEO of the African Diaspora Network. We're based in Santa Clara, California. The organization was founded about 15 years ago when I noticed that in Silicon Valley, there were a lot of conversation happening about social entrepreneurs, what good work they were doing in Africa, but Africans were not a part of it.
I was quite fortunate in that I was one of the first conversations that Almaz had when she was conceptualizing ADN in terms of what its objective should be, how different it should be from other platforms.
What's the magic and the power when you put a lot of people in a room who have a common view and a common vision, but bring a diversity of talent and expertise and experience, and you set the stage the right way for magic to happen?
It's the most impactful convening of the diaspora from many countries and walks of life, from all the way from entrepreneurs and business leaders to governmental agencies to people from academia and from the philanthropic world.
I believe in the mission of the network and how it's important for Africans in the diaspora to support each other first and foremost in their endeavors, and I think together we can do a lot, but also to be better connected with Africans who are back in the continent.
We all agree on the potential of the diaspora, but we need to connect, we need to meet, and events like the ADIS event, the symposium that ADN organizes, goes in that direction. It allows to just bring people together, to get to know each other, build bridges, trust.
The African Diaspora Network comes in understanding that remittances are not enough. And that's really been the core of ADIS for the past couple of years, right? How do we go beyond remittances?
Individuals and organizations could get involved in ADN in many, many different ways. From simply volunteering at events, volunteering to be mentors to young investors, a startup, bringing organizations they work with to invest to support ADN, to host meetings, sponsor meetings, and provide funding.
ADIS was really great. So one of the reasons why I loved it was being able to go back to the Bay Area, being able to physically see beyond a screen all of the different ways in which you can interact from an investment standpoint, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, from a policy standpoint, and others, and bringing everybody in the room was very powerful.
The ADIS convenings have been central to ADN's growth. By listening to our attendees and speakers about what our ecosystem needs, and through the generous support of donors, investors, and volunteers, we've been able to launch impact-driven programs and initiatives, including the African Scientific Community Engagement Program and our Enterprise Accelerator programs, the Builders of Africa's Future, and Accelerating Business Leadership and Entrepreneurship. We've supported 163 bold entrepreneurs through our Enterprise Accelerator programs and awarded over $1 million to the African and diaspora innovators shaping our future.
The last 10 years, I've seen amazing growth in ADN, and it is something on my calendar I look forward to year over year because it gets bigger. It gets more diverse, it gets richer in content and in impact.
There's a lot of good things happening in different places, and I personally think that this is why ADN exists. How do you create those connections that we're seeing? Because we do get exposure to a lot of things that are happening across different areas.
The significance of gathering of ADIS in 2025 is pivotal, is significant. Again, the context is a context of high uncertainty. And so this is the right moment to bring the diaspora together in order to share insight, share concerns, and come up with a plan. And that plan will be the basis to support people for the next couple of years as we go through this evolving environment of challenges.
We're now going through a very challenging time in the government where foreign aid is being questioned and the structures that existed before are being dismantled. So those who might have hoped that the US government would play its role that every other democracy does in trying to make sure that good people around the world get a fair shot, get a fair chance, we're not going to be able to rely on that channel.
From 2022 to 2024, we've raised nearly $5 million to support our critical work in diaspora mobilization, innovation, and social entrepreneurship. But these aren't just numbers. They're lives transformed, communities empowered, a continent rising. The last decade was just the beginning. The next 10 years, even brighter. This is the African Diaspora Network. Together, we're building the future.
So this is our moment. We didn't design this, it happened. I would like to see every African government who cares about receiving remittances, supporting and making the livelihood of our people on the continent right, access to education, to healthcare, to resources that they need to really work with the diaspora. We are the partners of the continent.